What is PERT in construction management? You've probably heard this before, and I'm going to explain it to you in this video. I do want to give you just a little bit of a warning. It's not much different than CPM. You're only going to get an honest view from me. You're not going to get a sugar-coated view from me. So if you want to know what PERT is and like it, you're probably going to head to a different video. If you want to know the truth, you're going to stay here. Either way, I love you, and I hope that you enjoy this video, so stay with us. So let's talk about it. What is PERT? And actually, let's do this. What we've done in every video that we do extensive research on what are people asking. And I'm going to go through these one by one. And I'll go to the first question right now. What does PERT stand for in construction? Program Evaluation and Review Technique. It was developed in the 1950s by the US Navy to coordinate large complex projects, specifically for the Polaris program. And it's not really that different from CPM. Let me just take you through this. The actual main difference is in a critical path schedule, according to the critical path method, you identify your list of activities, you identify a fixed duration, then you identify logic, finish to start, finish to finish, start to start, right? All of the different logic ties. You logic tie everything together. And then in that sequence, you do a forward and backward pass to identify your critical path, and then you attempt to manage the schedule from there. Now, I do want to make clear, just so you know, I've done quite a bit of research on this. In 3 months from now, I've got a book coming out that's called The 10 Myths of CPM. And to write that book, I did extensive research on any research paper I could find for CPM or critical chain project management. And so I do know what I'm talking about here. The inventors, whether it was the US Navy or DuPont, actually did not intend for these to be production schedules. They intended for them to be analytical precedence diagrams, a database that would allow them to analyze the schedule and actually evaluate how the contractor was doing, and mainly to be an as-built schedule. And one of the most interesting articles and research papers that I found was that the reason CPM or approaches like PERT have been more popular than critical chain project management is because it's more abusive to the contractor that's being monitored. Meaning, like if I'm an owner and I'm like, hey, I want to go control my contractor, which has been toxic most of the time, I can either take a gun or I can go try and talk to them nicely. Most fear-based owners are going to go grab the gun. They're going to go grab PERT and they're going to go grab CPM. CPM has fixed durations. Now, PERT does the same thing. You identify the activities and you identify durations, but there's 3 different types of durations that you analyze in PERT. Optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic. And so that approach isn't fixed. It's basically like, hey, there's some risks, there's some worst case scenarios. So when you do your forward and backward pass, and then in other applications, when you're actually doing a risk analysis and you're looking at the statistical likelihood of being able to finish, you're taking into consideration all 3. You can do similar things in CPM with Acumen 360, known in the industry with the Monte Carlo analysis, but PERT really is based on having 3 different estimates for the activity durations. But then you actually go through and logic tie it just like CPM. You do the forward and backward pass just like CPM, identify the critical path just like CPM, and attempt to manage the project accordingly. Now, that's not much different. PERT, if you want to really irresponsibly distill it down, is just CPM with the Monte Carlo analysis. That's all it is, right? It's establishing a risk frame or window or range for each of the activities, and then you do the statistical analysis. Here are my problems with it. It's still in time by deliverable. It's still a precedence diagram. It's still a network diagram. It's still hard to view. It still increases work in progress above capacity. It still limits your ability to use buffers and float. It still rushes and pushes and panics people. It's still a toxic form of construction management that forces push. It's still not collaborative. It's still command and control. It's still shoved it down other people's throats. It still focuses on one single myopic critical path. It's still created by one person, and it's still inaccurate because humans cannot understand the complexity of the logic. So TAC planning is a superior way to do this. But this is an answer for what is PERT in construction management. I know I've disappointed you, but PERT and CPM are 2 of the worst things that have ever happened to the construction industry and the primary cause of most of our ineffectiveness. And so I will put this into a blog post for you. Feel free to reach out to me at any time. And if it's any time after November 2025, you can pick up my book, The 10 Myths of CPM, and it covers both approaches. And I'm pretty sure you'll love the book and that you'll really have your eyes open once you read it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.